So we're just 3 days into installing Songdong's Waste Not project, which is a project where the artist presents his mother's house and 10,000 objects that his mother has collected.
Fourier's been working with Songdong for probably about a decade now, and because he's a very important contemporary Chinese artist, he's one of the key artists from the 2000s period, we've had a working relationship with him. And so when we knew that this work was available, we were very keen to try and bring it to Australia, because I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime work and it's a very, very important work.
In 2002, my father suddenly passed away. So since that time, the whole family is get the deep sad. So my mother is silent and stay at home. She didn't want to talking with another people and put so many things. It's like here, it's full of table and full of the room. I asked her why. She said she don't need empty room because she said your father is not here. So if I saw the stuff, so I can get the memory, I feel your father still there. So for me, I think that is really touching me and let me thinking a lot.
The project started through a partnership between Carriageworks and Foray Centre for Contemporary Asian Art, and both Aaron Cito, the director, and I had both felt very passionate about bringing this work, Waste Not, to Australia. It's travelled all around the world. It's been presented in the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and it's come directly to Sydney from the Barbican in London. And everywhere it's been presented, there's been huge audience response. It's been quite overwhelming emotionally for audiences, because the work really tells the story of how his mother, the artist's mother, dealt with the loss of her husband, Songdong's father.
It's huge. It is the entire contents of the artist's mother's house, so it requires a very large floor plan, and we're very happy to be in a space like Carriageworks because the artist really loves the history that he can see within the architecture, and working with Carriageworks in Redfern in the city is also a very interesting proposition.
We had to bring in 2 40-foot shipping containers, and to rebuild this house is incredibly detailed because it's over 100 years old. It's been reconstructed over 9 times, and it's all the original nails are putting it back in place.
So we use a whole month and to organize things and set up in the gallery space. And when the opening, so many people came in there, and a lot of normal people. The people saw the work, they said this is not your home, it's my home. So we have a lot of story, the same story to share.
It is considered one of the most important pieces of contemporary work to come out of China in the last 10 years. So it's a very significant work to bring to Sydney.
Have something and nothing is the same things. But when you know the story, it's about a lot of things are talking about the social, about the memory, about the time. So you can feel, oh, okay, so many things in one object. I think that from each object have the different story.
This is probably one of his biggest works that he's made in his career, and it's a very important work because it really reveals his conceptual practice. So it's not just about the objects, but it ties him to the history of his family, and it also ties audiences into the history of objects. So when they look at the work, they can begin to see their own personal lives reflected in the objects.
So before, I think that the stuff for me is rubbish. I hate them very much. they spend a lot of energy and space. But when I work with my mother, so I feel that is the love. It's not object, it's the memory. So now I think that is our family, and for me also is a very important thing. It's not rubbish, it's love.